Welcome to the Dallas Duo Podcast,
your weekly wellness coffee date.
We're friends in Dallas, always looking for the best ways to optimize our health
and have fun along the way. Today's episode is sponsored by KJ Blattenbauer, a publicist with nearly 30 years of experience helping founders and experts get noticed. Her new book, Pitchworthy, is out now and shows you how to build real visibility and authority without burnout.
Find Pitchworthy by KJ Blattenbauer on Amazon or by clicking the link in our show notes.
Today, we are doing a fun episode. We're going to be talking about things that we have recommended to each other.
It's not just the recommendations, but it's the recommendations that we actually then started utilizing. I wish I would have put when it was recommended and then when I actually started implementing it, because I feel like I'm a late adopter on some things. Some things I'm an early adopter. But late adopter on others. Like, I think there are certain things that you've recommended and it took me years to try, but now I'm a fan. So,
I know it's kind of like a favorite things type of episode. We text each other all the time, and it might be something random to ask about, a rec for a facial or a rec for a supplement. And so I think this is going to be really fun.
Yeah. I think the one thing is that we have a list of recommendations of referrals of places, practitioner, spas, med stuff, but then we have products. Which one do you want to start with?
Maybe let's start with products and services. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, the first one I wrote down when we were talking about this was the R & Co hairspray. And Andrea used to, when I first tried this, she carried it in her purse. If you haven't seen Andrea's purse, it's usually pretty big. And she had hairspray for our first photo shoot with Mary, I think.
Yes.
And one, it smelled super good. And I love it. I feel like it's the perfect medium weight hairspray. It does everything. Holds, but it's not crunchy and it has a good smell.
It's not too heavy. I feel like it's the good, you can use it for styling, but you can use it for finishing. It's perfect medium weight. You're right.
It's also a really pretty bottle. So I feel like that sold me too. And it's not super expensive.
It's not over the top. One of my favorites too. Okay. So products and services. The first one for me is the Ella's Flats crackers. And this one this one stands out to me because it's more of a recent one, I guess, within the last year, but it's one that I continue to buy over and over and over again. It's, you get the crunch. It has seeds and nuts. It's a gluten-free.
And it has spice in it. I think that's the difference, right?
Yes, the spicy one is, of course, no one's surprised there, is my absolute favorite. So yeah, they're so good, and they come in a bunch of. There's other flavors too, but I tend to go toward the spice, and it's just the perfect cracker to pair with a chicken salad or a tuna salad. Or
it is so crunchy. For all the listeners who use Mary's Gone crackers, this is the better version. And I think it's better flavor, better taste, and it has more seeds in it. So it has a healthier fat profile. And it's actually a mother-daughter company out of Addison.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
Yeah, they're a Dallas company. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, the only caveat, I guess, is that they do break easily.
They do break easily.
Then you can kind of just take the crumble if you at the end of the bag and just sprinkle it on a salad or something.
So I actually in person no waste. And so I actually have sometimes utilized them almost like a crouton on a salad, because I've had bags that have been broken from past events and I don't want to throw them away. So I've used them like a crumble or a crust on top of a salad, or you can even use it as a breading on tuna or chicken with the excess.
I didn't even think about that. So if you're looking for a gluten-free cracker with a lot of crunch, that is one that I think is one of the best, one of Wits Rex.
So good. So good. Nut Thins, watch out. They're coming for you. A second on my list was the Athleta barrel pants. So I have had a style revolution this year where I decided I would actually start buying clothes again. 2.5 years postpartum, and I was looking for a pant that felt like a barrel and kind of looked like a barrel, but because we're both petite and definitely not 5'5", I felt like I was having a really hard time finding pants that didn't I don't know, that actually fit that I didn't have to do significant altering. I hate
Yeah.
alterations.
Yeah.
The Athleta, I think they are called barrel pants, right?
They are. And it's like a very subtle barrel, I would say.
For people who have worn the Anthro wide leg collet pants, I feel like
Mhm.
they're a big upgrade. The collet wide leg, I feel like as a petite human who like has muscular quads, I really hate how those pants fit, but they're like a bestseller for Anthro. And I feel like the Athleta ones are like so much better fit and they have petite. That like
Yeah.
the petite, I feel like is a really nice length.
It's perfect. It hits like right at the top of the ankle for like us shorties. And I agree. It's so funny you say that about the Colette pants because I've had so many people tell me like these are my favorite. They're so good. And you look on the website and it's got tons of reviews. And I've like wanted to love them. Like I've gone in and I've tried them on multiple times in denim and leather and like
Yeah, I mean, they
and
have
they
like 96 versions because
yeah.
they want you to love them.
And they don't look great on me for they're just not my pants. So
I'm trying to figure out like what body type thrived in them.
yeah.
I actually have a girlfriend who loves them. I'm like, oh, I don't really like how they look. And she's like, you know, you're right. I don't love how they look, but I love how they feel. And so I wonder if
Oh,
it's like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, like these feel better than my normal work pants. And so I'm
yeah.
just kind of like putting up with how
Like
they
they're
look.
comfortable maybe, but
Yeah,
not
but I feel like that's where the Athleta ones are so perfect because they look good and they look like something you could wear to a corporate office setting,
yeah.
but they're cute. And like I love the green. I think I ordered them in navy too. Big
Yeah.
fan.
I think I wanna get black, shocker, but, like, I started the green this summer because I was looking for, like,
So
a
proud.
green pant, and I actually was in an Athleta store, and the sales girl was like, "Oh, have you tried the barrel pants?" And she was, like, cute and probably, like, in her 20s, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know, I keep telling myself I'm gonna, find a barrel I love, but I just, like, haven't yet." And so I tried them on, and they just happened to have petite in the store also, which was, like, a return or something.
Surprised.
And I put them on, I was like, "Wait, these are so cute." And they just, like, have like, the waist is kind of a high waist. There's a lot you can do with those pants, and they look cute with a sneaker, a flat, a loafer. Also, shout out to Athleta because, I love that on their casual pants, they don't put a logo on them. So it's
Yeah.
not like, "Oh, you're wearing activewear," which, like, not no big deal, but, like, I love that they don't put an obvious logo on, like, these barrel pants or on their trousers.
Hmm.
I've just really been loving Athleta pants lately, and that they come in petites, so I don't have to alter them.
Yeah. That is funny. Okay, so that brings me to like a little side note that I would say I love their athleisure, but I was laughing because the word athleisure is from Andrea when we did one of our first photo shoots. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear athleisure," and I was literally Googling, like, "What is athleisure? How do I wear athleisure?" And this was before ChatGPT, and let me tell you, it was much harder to
To find the
source
answer.
resources of who was gonna tell me what to wear. I think I ended up wearing, like, leggings and, like, a t-shirt or something, I don't know, with some jewelry.
Yeah.
But I think that Athleta is actually so good. I love their, like, elevated
Mhm.
athleisure more than I like their athletic wear. Like, I
Yeah.
like more of their daytime wear than I do their workout wear.
Yeah, same, and, like, their jackets, I feel like I have, like,
Mhm.
a bomber jacket from there, a few different pieces, but yeah, I think you're right. I need to maybe give their activewear another shot because 'cause it's been a while, and I know sometimes they, like, tweak the fit, but for a
Yeah,
while
that's
I
true.
was but I would say the athleisure, probably that came from, gosh, would that have been, like, 2017?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Marissa was going into high
High
school,
school, I think,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, 8 years? 9
Yeah,
years ago?
it's a
Yeah,
long
a
time
long
ago.
time. Yeah,
We've known each other a long time. We've been friends a while.
a lot of evolution.
Yes. Okay, my next one is, the Just Ingredients protein that you recommended.
Oh.
Love that so much. I had, like, really not used protein powder for a while, actually, because I didn't really have one that I loved. Like, I loved the Sprout Living one. That's more of, like, a plant-based one. That's the one I've been using prior, and I still like that one, but now I feel like the whole family's on the Just Ingredients protein.
Okay, do you have a flavor preference?
Well, it's funny. So, like, I like the vanilla, just vanilla. I think it's vanilla bean is what it is.
Yeah.
Andrew likes the chocolate, but then I bought the variety pack, which I also
Mm.
really love because it comes with like, they have so many flavors. I think it comes with like 15 flavors. And so we've tried the mint chocolate, we've tried the chai, the strawberry is really good. But I feel like we tend to buy more just like the chocolate vanilla. and maybe
Yeah,
like,
it's so versatile if you do it that way, but I do think that the variety pack is such one, it's like such a value, but two,
yeah,
I feel like a lot of times variety packs have flavors that I'm like, I would never drink that. Like, why did they send that to me? And when we did the variety pack, I feel like 10 or 11 of the flavors my husband was like all on board with,
yeah,
which seemed like a crazy percentage. Think there was only one flavor that we were like, "Meh," maybe it was like peanut butter chocolate or something that wasn't as good. The strawberries and cream, so yummy. The mint, so
yes,
good. I really love their protein powder, and it's
yeah,
actually rich in protein, which is so nice. A lot of people are getting more of like a
yes.
meal replacement shake, and this is really like pure 100%, I think, micro-ionized whey protein.
Yes, and it doesn't bother my stomach. I think it might be closer to 30 grams for a scoop. I'm not
Yeah,
100%.
it's 25 or 30 per 100
Okay.
calories, I think. It's really high.
I think maybe what has to do with like the flavor and the flavor being good and for most of them is the sweetener. So it's monk fruit, right? Is what it's
Mhm.
so I think that
Yeah.
makes a big difference. There's no weird aftertaste or anything like that.
Yeah, there's no, like, sucralose or anything, and honestly, I think too much stevia I've had some products recently with too much stevia, it's just so bitter, like, it gives such a weird aftertaste, I hate that so much,
Yeah.
or, erythritol gives, like, a weird mouthfeel, like, your mouth feels really cold afterwards, I don't know if you've had
Yeah.
anything that's, like, icy, and I really don't like that either,
Like a
and
vapory
so
kind of feeling.
yes, yes, like, you're like, you just had a peppermint and you're, like, almost breathing that off.
Yeah.
I really like to see I feel like monk fruit or allulose has a better, outcome in the product that it doesn't affect it too much.
I mean, we have bought that on repeat all year. If you see my Amazon orders or sometimes I order directly from the company. Yeah. So thank you for that.
It's so funny. Okay, I think Allie and Bess, that's a new one. That's
Ah,
probably this year. I
this
feel
year?
like you have been talking about that forever, but I don't think I bought any product until maybe last year, one of their flash sales. So they're a jewelry company here locally, female owned, but they have like incredible flash sales during the year.
Yes.
And they're stackable bracelets. I feel like I bought 20 or 30 and had utilized them for gifts all year long with my friends.
Mhm.
And that was such a fun resource that I loved. And I think I bought for myself this year, maybe on Black Friday. Super, super
Oh, yeah,
recent.
they had a really good sale for Black Friday. I love that they come in sizes, like, so if you have a small wrist or, whatever, and they're stackable and their earrings are great. I feel like their earrings don't get enough love because I know that they're, like, known for their bracelets, but,
Hmm.
also love their earrings. I got, like, the chunky heart necklace that they have.
Yes.
And so fun. But yeah, and we're also gonna have them on, hopefully in 2026.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I love their story. I love the dynamic. And I feel like their jewelry is more approachable. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but I feel like a lot of times jewelry, Kendra Scott or like David Yurman, like everything has like a really like a look. Everything looks kind of the same and you get
Mhm.
stuck in that and then you feel like you're just only have one way to wear it. And I feel like Ali Best has been a lot more versatile. I feel like I
Yeah.
can wear it with more things. It can be elevated or casual. All the colors go together enough that you could kind of mix and match and play with creativity that way.
Yeah.
So
And I love that they do like they have their neutrals, which are more like just the gold, silver. But then if for the pops of color, those are really fun. And they'll even do like pearls or turquoise occasionally. But yeah, those and their quality is great. I love that and there's also like an aspect of give back, which is really fun with their company as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're always doing collaborations. So like
Mhm.
I feel that is one of their strongest tools to diversify the style
Yeah.
because they definitely pull from other individual style in their collaborations, which I've really enjoyed having those different inspirations.
Their collections are really fun. So, yay. Next one is again, no surprise, like there's a lot of foods here. But basil seeds. Okay.
Oh
I
my gosh,
basil
yes.
seeds, thanks to you and also thanks to a Tob who
Yes.
they make a great basil seed pudding. But I remember you telling me about it when I was trying to increase my fiber,
Mhm.
just becoming more aware of like these perimenopause things, fiber and protein especially. And so that was like an easy way to do like a little basil seed pudding. And they have, more fiber even than chia seeds. And
Yeah.
so I really love them. And it's a little nutritional boost.
Yeah. It, Zen Basil is the company that
Yes.
has basil seeds most readily available. And their story is really interesting. Their owner is like in perimenopause or menopause. She talks about it regularly on their site. And what I love is that she uses the product and they have so many examples of recipes on their site.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember how I found them. I think I saw them at the grocery store, ended up buying them. And then when we created a hormone RX program for a
Oh,
tablet, I was like, hey, chia seed pudding is kind of old and outdated. And the chef agreed that that was
yeah.
a few years old and that we should try something different. And so basil seeds, when they're hydrated, have a little bit more of like a purplish blue glow, which is fun,
Mhm.
but you still get fiber and omega-3 benefit. So I love using them. And then ironically, Casey Means was sharing about them when her Good Energy book came out and references them in
Oh.
there. So I always laugh like chicken or the egg. Like, did Casey Means find it through me or did I find it through her? But I really love that as a resource. Yes, chia seeds are great and any other type of seeds for
Mhm.
fiber, but the basil seeds are just like a little different, fun resource, and
Mhm.
they're so easy to implement, which I love.
They kind of also, like, soak up the liquid that you put them in a little bit more, because sometimes
Yeah,
with chia seeds, that can be a little tricky. Makes for, like, a
yeah, more
thicker pudding.
hydrating. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to try them in other ways. I've only done the pudding, but I feel like that's, like, the easy fast and easy.
There's a lot of treats and different recipes that they post online. I think her sons post a lot of their recipes.
Oh,
But what I love is people who like walk the walk. And I feel like the owner has the most incredible glowy skin, and
mm.
she attributes it to the product. And I 100% believe it. She just puts it in water and drinks it all the time,
Cool.
which that texture to me would be really hard to do. I like my water to just be water.
Yeah.
But she's beautiful, so I'm like, "Man,
The
must be the
chia and
basil."
water. I think what's funny is you had also recommended them to me, and then I think, like, a week later, I was in Dr. Pero's office, and she had a bag on her desk. I was like, "Wait, I just bought those."
That's so funny. I feel like Dr. Pero and I share a lot of products, and she was plant-based for a long time, and so I feel like if you are
Oh.
plant-based, you know a lot about chia and basil seed because you're always looking for sources of, like, omega-3s
Mm.
that aren't animal-based.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, should we move on to, like, referrals and providers or, like, places?
Yeah, people, places, yeah, that's good.
Austin Reddick is
Oh.
probably this is kind of like a two-part. So Austin Reddick, but also for their BBL and Moxie lasers.
Mm.
So you had seen them and maybe even done a collaboration with them.
Yes, I
I forget
did.
like in what order I found out, but they had an office right by my office at the time because I was outpatient
Oh.
endocrinology and I had a flare up of melasma. And
Okay.
so you had told me, I think, to go see them. And it was so helpful. I think I did like a Moxie and 2 BBLs or something like that. And it
Yeah.
completely eradicated all my melasma.
Yeah, no, I've loved going to them. I think this was right about the same time when they opened their new office.
It
Like they had
was.
supposed to open the new office at at the Carroll Clinic. So yeah, I mean, I've gone to them for everything from aesthetic things. I've had like Botox Dysport there, but then I went there when I was having those like terrible hormonal acne
Oh,
flare ups
yeah.
in my mid 30s, and so I went there. They helped me with that. So yeah, and like my family's gone to them. So yeah, they're great.
I feel like they were such a good resource. I mean, Dr. Molly Austin obviously has been in the field forever. Her father has been in
Yes.
plastic surgery, right?
Plastic
Like
surgery. He
OG
still
kind of
is,
in
like,
Dallas. Yeah.
yeah,
And I feel like
he's
they always have like the latest, greatest offerings.
mhm,
I sent my husband there for stuff. I'm trying to think. I've done their facials,
yeah,
but I always felt really safe in their hands. Like I really love Dr. Molly. I've gone to their like skin checks and postpartum, like with skin changes. So
yes. They're both super knowledgeable, so I'm so glad you love them too.
yeah, that was
Well,
so good.
and you recommended, so when I started on this whole journey of, like, figuring out perimenopause and learning more and all the things, I was interviewing, a few different doctors that I was, like, interested in. I remember you recommending Dr. Pero, and so she
Yeah.
was there was, like, 3 different ones that I was, interested in, and kind of just wanted to talk to them to, like, see, what their vibe was, what their, philosophy was and their education and all of that. And yeah, so you recommended her to me and she really stood out because I love that she's, an OB-GYN, but she's also functional provider. So I love that, both of those worlds, she was very knowledgeable in. And for the most part specializes in, perimenopause,
For
menopause as
sure.
well. And so, yeah, it's been great. Like I've been seeing her now. It's almost been 2 years, and I've done like the membership at Alive and Well, where she's my doctor, and I've learned so much from her. And I feel like every time I go in, she is such a good listener. She provides so many resources and recommendations, and yeah, just all around love her. And she's so fun to follow on social media too.
She's so fun. She's so
It's
fun.
so funny.
They talk about, like in every industry, you have the people who are introverted and research based and are not good, don't have good bedside manner. And Roxanne is like the exact opposite. Like
Yeah.
for to be so brilliant, but to also be so personable and to be so fun and funny.
Yeah.
We met so long ago when I was in outpatient endocrinology. I saw her patients for gestational diabetes and I kept seeing her name pop up on all the
Mm,
referrals. I was like, who is this person?
yeah.
And that's like originally how we connected. And I was running a nutrition challenge at a CrossFit in Oak Cliff.
Okay.
And it was where her and her husband went. And
Cool.
he attended. He's also Dr. ENT,
Mhm.
surgeon, actually, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if the terms, but Colin was there and was like, hey, my wife just had twins, but she really, resonates with a lot of this information. She would love it and take it home to her. And I had no idea it was like the same person. And later I put
Ah,
two and two together that
yes.
that was who I was getting referrals from too. And then when she left OB, we met for coffee, just talking about what I had seen, what OBs were doing, what I felt resonated. And we shared so many patients. And then when she went to Carpathia, we laugh about this all the time, but I actually had her name saved wrong in my phone
Oh,
or I had somebody else saved like under her name as well, like two phone numbers instead of one. And so
okay.
somebody else had texted me saying, hey, I'm leaving the practice and I'm opening up my own.
Oh.
Here's my details. And I thought it was Roxanne. And so I texted actually Roxanne back saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're leaving. This is crazy. I'm excited to refer patients to you. And she texts back, like, what are you talking about? I'm not leaving. And 3 months
Ah,
later, we had Witness Wellness. She
yeah.
connected with Alive and Well, and then she ended up there. So it was almost like a foreshadowing in such a
Oh,
weird way that I had like projected this text saying, "You're leaving." And she's like, "I'm absolutely not leaving. I'm so happy where I'm at. I love my job."
oh, how
Um,
funny.
it was just like such a weird scenario.
Yeah,
So
the
I
way it
always
all
joke.
happened.
Yeah, I always joke when I'm like, oh, yeah, we knew about that before it actually happened. But it's been so fun as patients. A lot of my patients aren't having babies anymore and they have grown and they have, are struggling now in the perimenopause realm. And so it's been so nice to have a provider that has aged with my population that I can continue to refer to because it's so hard when you say, oh, you can't see them anymore because that's not their scope or that's not their practice. And she's really found her mecca in that perimenopause menopause world.
No, 100%. And I mean, she is around my age too. So I do feel like, okay, she really gets it. Like this is happening to her too. It's very like relatable. And like also funny side note. So I think maybe when you shared her contact with me, you might have accidentally shared her personal number. I think
Oh, yeah, I
is
did.
maybe how it
Yeah,
happened.
I'm
And
sure
so
I
I
did.
called her thinking like I'm calling the office
Oh
because I
my
was like, I need to
gosh.
set up an appointment consultation or whatever. And I called her and she just like answered and I was like, "Oh, hi." And then she was like, "Oh, who is this?" And so I said, I was like, "I'm sorry. Is this not your office?" And she was like, "No." So anyways, but she was like, "But it's fine. Like just tell me like what are you looking for?" And so it was just so funny because our first conversation, she was like in the car on the way to like pick up her kids or something.
Yeah.
And I felt so terrible that I called her phone, but she was so cool about it. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Also think, I mean, that's part of the reason that I love her. There are a lot of OBs in Dallas that I feel, I love their work and I love what they're doing, but I feel like they aren't like me. Their
Mhm.
lifestyle's unattainable and they're not really human. Like they're a little bit like robotic and that's beautiful. Like for somebody who's a surgeon, who's ultra brilliant and all the things, that's great. But like I'm in a season where I want relatable practitioners that can like
Yeah.
sit and educate my patients. And that requires a really strong bedside manner and just how to be a human and to be vulnerable enough to say, like, I'm also struggling with this, or
Yeah.
just to relate to that person and be more down to earth. And I appreciate that. So
Yeah. No, same. She's great.
so funny.
I guess maybe two more I wanted to bring up. So one of them was a color analysis, which we have like
Oh,
gone over
yes.
and like, but that was one that you told me about like years ago. And then I finally just did it.
Seriously. Which is so funny though, because I was so pro color analysis and then my color analysis was actually wrong. And so I
Yeah.
ended up redoing it with the person who did Andrea's, which
Yes.
is Teresa Dillon, who we had on the podcast. And that has been so life changing. So I felt like it was like a two-phase approach for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. So, yeah, that's one. Another one that I put on there that I still have not implemented, but like I think about it is packing light. We all know that like I do not pack light. Like it's just not in me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe as I get older,
No.
I'll embrace it. But like Whitney is like the ultimate light packer. Like
Yeah.
case in point, when we went to Utah together a couple of times. Granted, I was like coming from Taos and then I had to like pack for both trips. So it was really embarrassing how big of a suitcase I had. You're so good at it. Like I just
We
need to
have
like
we have video proof of Andrea having a suitcase that was like literally the size of her. She's like her suitcase and her about probably about the same size at that point. Like she was like deadlifting it, trying to get it up the stairs.
the stairs. Yeah, it was funny. Maybe you can share what is your like quick and fast philosophy when it comes to packing because you're like the master at the carry-on.
So one thing I think is like I'm not when we go on vacation, I'm not in a season where I'm dressing up a lot. So like I don't have to pack multiple pairs of shoes or multiple outfits. I really love doing more of a capsule style, like reusing options. So I'll pack a pair of pants and then pack like 3 or 4 shirts that can go with it, or I'll pack a dress that I know that I can wear 2 different ways. So I try to like do an outfit rewear in a slightly different way. I also have really minimized my beauty products
Mhm.
and my husband and I have a lot of crossover. So we'll share, like we share a cleanser, we share, a moisturizer. And I feel like a lot of multi-use products now, like the Westman Atelier, where I can
Oh,
use in
yes.
multiple ways. And they're just smaller. And
Yeah.
so I feel like with some of those things too, you don't need as many brushes, which helps as well.
Like,
And
yeah,
then
formulas.
like now that I have a child, a lot of times I will like order diapers and wipes to where we're going. So
Mhm.
I really try to use our concierge or Airbnb wherever we're going. And I order things to be delivered there from like Walmart delivery to save me having to pack it.
No, that's really smart, especially like the ordering for the kids and, because sometimes even just like all the kids stuff and like diaper feeding stuff
Yes, like
can take so
diapers
much.
and wipes and all of that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Also such a big takeaway from just knowing you, working together, all of that over the years, is VPFC, which is like
The OG.
which is like your signature, but that has just been such a helpful tool because when I really started to change how I ate was like the Whole30 like meal template. And then that kind of evolved into I need something for like no matter how I'm eating or food freedom every day and just like how to build your plate and just even how to think about food. And
Yeah.
so I think that that's helped me like so much. If you want to take a few minutes to just share like your philosophy and how you use that with your clients because it's so easy to
Yeah.
remember too.
Yeah. So when I was early in practice, I realized that patients didn't know how to eat. Like I would tell patients like, oh, eat more protein or eat low carb or focus on fiber. And they were still just eating like drastically imbalanced plates. And I was like, man, I really need a formula for this to work. And at that time I was reading a few different books of different providers that had been in practice longer than me. And I kind of took everything that I had realized and what recommendations that I was giving patients for after their initial consult. And I
Yeah.
created this acronym. So VPFC stands for vegetables, protein, fat, and carbs. And so one, it was a way to teach patients the function of
Mhm.
what categories food belonged into. So vegetables being non-starchy vegetables. Do you know what those foods are? Protein, fat, and carbs. Can you identify what foods fall in those categories? So it took a
Yeah.
little bit of label reading, deciphering, and some nutrition knowledge that we cover. And then
Mhm.
it gave them a guideline to know. We talk about like 2 handfuls of vegetables. We talk about palm size of protein, a couple fingerfuls of fat, and a fistful of carb. And I felt like
Mhm.
that was so elementary, but that image just burned inside their head. Like my patients
Mhm.
never forgot that acronym, and it helped with blood sugar, it helped with appetite and satiety, and them naturally having more balanced plates to keep them full, to reduce snacking, which inherently reduced calorie intake and helped them lose some
Yeah.
weight without it being so hard.
Yeah.
And so with Whole30, the template was kind of similar, but it was only essentially paleo foods,
Right.
paleo with no sweetener. And so then having that acronym to then expand upon into food freedom was really helpful. So we use it in our coaching groups. I
Yes.
still use it in my practice today. And it's one of those things that I just use as a backbone to balance eating because I know it works.
100%. So we'll link that in the show notes too, because you have
Yeah.
a blog post, right?
Yeah.
About,
A
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Which a blog recommendation.
My gosh, yes, that's the other one. So I was just doing newsletters through Wix, and Andrea's like, "You need a blog," and I'm like, "No, I'm not a blogger." And she's like, "It's evergreen content," and I don't know what this means, so I'm like thinking of like an evergreen tree being from Washington. I'm
Like
like,
what
I don't
she's
think I
talking
need
about.
that either. But now Andrea was like the force behind me taking all of my newsletter content and transitioning it into a website and a blog post and traction of like thousands of views on there instead of, only a few on a
Yeah.
newsletter. So it's been so cool to see that grow and understanding that yes, evergreen content and blogs do matter and they are still very much alive.
Yeah, still in this day. I mean, I know everyone loves the quick content, but there is something to say about long form blog content.
So
And
much.
I only went to one LTK conference, but I got to hear Amber Vin speak. And I remember her saying, like, blogs are so important. It's great to be on social media, like, but your blog is the only thing that you own. I remember
It's
her saying that, and I was like, that is so true. Like, Instagram can go down, they can change their algorithm, TikTok can go down, whatever, but you own your blog and you own the content there, and it's like a place for it all to live. And so it's
Yeah.
just good to see how you've really grown that, as you've grown your practice and have really valuable content on there.
Yeah. I mean, Steph Drinka is probably that continued thing I think of. I'm like, I use Steph for so many things, and you had used her for so many things, and we used her
Yeah.
for so many things together. Steph Drinka and Steph Weibring,
Yeah.
actually,
The
both
two
between the two
steps.
of them kind of like built our practices. Built-
Honestly, yeah. Without them, I would not be here.
yeah, like no logo, no website, wouldn't know what SEO was.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like with my interns now, I tell them like email list
Mhm.
and blog are like the
Yep.
two things, or email list and a website that they can monetize in
Yeah.
some way are like the two best things they could do because their TikTok could go down tomorrow.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's there forever. It's like you said, it's like evergreen content.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Well,
super
so
excited.
fun.
I feel like the favorite things episode, like reading Oprah's favorite things
Yes.
every year is literally my favorite thing to do. So I was so excited to do this episode.
Me too. I used to watch Oprah all the time, but I remember when she would
Yeah.
do the actual show, like that was like
Yeah.
one of my favorite
Obsessed.
episodes.
It was so good. That and the Real Simple, when it was more like
Yes.
Martha Stewart, was my favorite for all their favorite products they would talk about.
Well, should we end the episode by just sharing like a current favorite, like something you're loving right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. So we went to Collective 31,
Oh
a
yeah.
like women's female founders event in Dallas, and they gave us a swag bag. And in that swag bag, there was a silicone sponge to use in the shower, almost like a loofah
Oh,
replacement.
okay. I don't know if I've used
And
it yet.
okay, so I forget the name of it. I need to look. But I have like the small ones that you use on your face that are
Yeah.
silicone, but this one is large. So it's like a body version. But
Oh,
it's awesome. And it has like a handle on the back, so you can use it
okay.
for your body, but then in the shower, I almost use it as like an exfoliator on my face too.
Oh,
And
after
I feel like it's like the perfect lymphatic buffer. I don't know. I love it. And
You
it
can use
doesn't
it just like with your gel cleanser or like
Yeah,
whatever
I
cleanser
just
you
pour
have.
my, like, soap and wash on there and then use it, and it suds really well, and nothing gets caught in it. Like, it's
Okay.
the perfect I tried to look for alternatives on the internet, and I couldn't find one. Like, I felt like it's pretty
Oh,
unique in, like, the size and the shape and the way that it fits on your hand.
okay. I need to try that. I need to
That
make
was
sure
good.
dig if I like where I'm sure I put it somewhere in my
Yeah.
bath because I got the same goodie bag.
Yes.
Well, I think for me it would be I just got kind of a late adopter because I kept hearing about this all the time. But and I had like a cheaper Amazon version of it, but I just got like the actual Any Confidential face roller.
Ooh,
I love it. It's so good. It has like two sides of it. So one is meant more for like your jawline and cheekbones, and then the other one is just like more like a regular roller you can use like all over. But it's so good, and I just love Lauren Bostic and
I know.
Michael. I think they're
Well,
just so fun, and I just think like the products they come up with are very thoughtful, very on board with the mint roller.
I always think, like, when our bigger differences, like, you are, like, Skinny Confidential OG fan, and I just never got on board. Like, there's just those things that you just, like, can't connect with. Like, you love podcasts, I just
Yeah.
can't. Like, I can watch a blip of one, but I love, like, reading content and not
Yeah.
listening or watching. So I do think that those, like, yin yang differences always help because when we have a shared favorite, it's like, "Oh, this spans over, like, multiple
Yeah.
personalities," because, like, we're not the same. We're very different.
I think I love her so much though because I have followed her since her blogging days, and
Yeah,
then now
you were, like,
she has
OG fan.
yeah, like she was one of the bloggers I like totally looked up to, and so and I still do. But like I just think she's a really smart businesswoman, and then it's fun to see like the podcast she does with her husband. They always have such interesting guests and stuff. So yeah, she's definitely a favorite. But mint
Yeah.
roller, all about it. All right, well, thank you for listening, and till next time.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.